Hello guys, today we are going to make an outfit using a cube and then using a Shrinkwrap modifier to form it around the body. Now I've been out of touch for a long time and I'm still using Blender 2.79, which is where I left off about a bunch of years ago. So I'll just start off from here because the new Blender, there are so many tools in it I haven't used yet. I don't have experience with those. Plus, this is going to be a simplified tutorial of a low poly mesh, easier to create, faster. A little bit of work, of course, a little bit of imagination there, but the outcome is pretty good considering if you're modding for an older game that require low polys because of the frame rate and stuff like that. So let's start. First of all, make a cube with Shift A mesh and cube. Move it up here. Let me scale it first a little bit. Now move it up here. What I'm going to do, I'm thinking of making a mini dress, so I will first scale it to the size, go to wireframe with Z, select these two and move it down here. That's where I think I want my mini dress to be at, and move it a little bit up here. Now after this, what we will do is we will start adding loops or to shape it around the body with Control R while you're in edit mode. Control R, click on it and then move it up here. Then just start adding loops wherever you think you might be wanting to move your vertices to shape it around the body easily. I usually keep it around the curves so it comes out as uniform as possible. Now after we are finished with this, let's start moving these vertices closer to the body in the side view. Now I see that uh, around this curve, and this is a straight line which is a big patch over here, so I'll just add one more loop and make it a little bit more curved. Same goes over here, and I'll just add one around here, move it down a little bit. Alright, the side view seems about right now with. Okay, now come to the front view with 1 and then press 9, and what I will do here is I will cut this mesh in half with Control R, go into the face mode, wireframe, B to select these faces, and with X delete them. Delete faces. So we got one half of the object there, and we will add a mirror for the other side. Make sure the clipping is on. Go back to the vertices, select this with Alt Shift and both clicks together. This will select the whole one line in a loop, as you can see. And with the clipping on, move them left and right to see. If they don't move, it means they're clipped together and there is not going to be any seam between the joints. Now we will start shaping the front side. Alright, so our front shaping is done, side shaping is done. Now it's time to add more faces or vertices in the front and the side. So what do you do? With Control R, you come here, move the wheel up one time to make it 2 loops, and click it. Same you do over here. Click it. Now we have all that. And go into the face mode, delete the bottom side, and from here I would be deleting this all the way up here. It really is how you want it to be. So this is my neck. Now what we need to do is go back to the edge mode, and with the same way as you selected the whole one loop, with Alt Shift right and left click, you select this whole line of the edge and move it inwards a little bit to make it roundish, and you do the same thing with this here. Okay, we can also, I usually try to keep working in the shaded mode, so it kind of gives me an idea if a vertex or a face is too much out of alignment compared to the other. Like in the smooth, you really can't tell where your vertices or your faces are, so flat. I mean, we can always smoothen it out later on. Now this done, and I will start fine-tuning this thing a little bit more. Go back to edges, move this a little bit down, and start making a curve here, and same way here. It really depends if you want to do this. If not, then you don't have to. Alright, this is done. Now I will create a hole around the shoulder over here. So in the faces mode, I will select, actually what I will do, I will start making a little bit of cut over here, but I see these faces are a little big, so I will just go ahead and add another loop over here and not move it. Now with K, you start cutting about this size. And in the faces mode, you can just delete whatever you just cut. Well, I can't see, so what I will do, I will hide this, and then I will just delete this part. And in the object mode with Alt H, I'm just gonna unhide it back. Okay, now we have this. It requires a little bit of work on it. For example, I'm gonna join this vertex with this. Click this first, then this, Alt M, and join at the last one. Same way, I'm gonna add one more line here, one more vertex. This seems a little bit odd over here. Okay, yeah, this is not joined together, so I'll join that. Okay, this seems alright. We can always move these ones up later on. Alt H to unhide. Okay, now I will try to kind of move it up here. And try to move it down a little bit. Add another line here so it morphs better, and start moving it down a little bit. Move it back to bring it out of the body. Right. Okay, I can delete this. I don't need this one, so it stays as. And I'm just gonna make another cut over here, and then I will just join these two together. And just add one here too. Okay, this can go a little bit back to keep it close to the body. Move this towards outside. Alright, our initial morphing is done. I will add one more line here so it's not too big. Okay, from here we can start making the shoulder. The shoulder I'm gonna make is in the edge mode. Just select this loop and press E to extend it, SX0 to straighten it up, and then kind of do that. With the E, just first bring it about all the way here, shrink it in the top view, shrink it, and this. Now I can start adding more vertices or more loops here, here, around the joint. Okay, now just kind of shrink it closer to the arm. Sorry, let's scale it down closer to the arm. This kind of looks I'll just add one more here. Okay, it more or less sounds about right. If there is any discrepancy, we can always cover it up later on. This is just a rough initial formation, so nothing as important. It is not as important to keep it on path. Okay, more or less this seems to be okay. I want to move these vertices to the inside a little bit. And from here okay, let's check it into the smooth mode once. Sounds about right. Now we are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna apply the mirror here, and then I'm gonna go to the Shrinkwrap modifier, and in the target I'm gonna select the object body. So this forms around the body, and now I have an offset here, which if I increase it will start coming out. I can just choose appropriate offset so it is not clipping too much inside the body. That done, I can click this to have the vertices be shown as they're formed, and I'll just do a little bit of fine tuning onto just one side of the body, because we're gonna delete the other half and mirror it again, so we don't have to work on both sides. Right. Now this is a little bit. Alright, this looks good, so I'm gonna apply the shrink wrap, and now I have to straighten up these lines at the center. SX0, select this one, both sides SX0, and just move it with G in the center of the blue lane. Same way in the faces, you delete this one half of the body or of the object and mirror it again. Same thing, clip in. Okay, it's clipped together. Right, this is done. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm just gonna add a subdivision modifier to this with subdivision 1, and click the edit cage again, go to edit mode, and kind of start moving these vertices outside. Now I see that this is a bigger curve. This is a bigger curve here, so what I would want to do is add another loop if possible. Let's try this, see if that works, and move this outside. Okay, seems better than before. Same way, I'll just add another loop manually. Around here to kind of protrude it out a little bit more. Okay, sounds better. Now just finally look at the shape in wireframe if there is any other adjustment that needs to be made. This little bit of clippings that we have here, don't worry about it because we're gonna cover them up in the solidification. Alright, so this is done, and this looks pretty simple. So what I would want to do here is I will add some wrinkles, some curves in the subsurface and the mirror on. So I will add another loop here. Okay, and another one here, in about the same way. Okay, now this and this, remove these ones. press the point to center it around the selected vertices and move it out littleward. So you see how this is forming. As you can see, just a little bit of detail, not very, like not very highly detailed, but not very plain either. Same way we can kind of try to add a little bit of detail over here, since it's mirrored. So what we're gonna do is just work on one side of the body. If you did press Ctrl 2, it will smoothen it out even more, but that will equally increase the polys. Let's increase, because it looks a little too sharp. So I will move them up a little bit. Still sharp, but okay. And now I would like to have one or two cuts here in the back side. Here, and let's say here. And in the faces mode, I'm gonna delete these faces. So now we have these cuts, just how they look. Okay, we got the neck worked, and I'll just move it up a tiny bit. Okay, our mesh is almost ready. So here what I will do is I will apply the mirror first, then I will apply the subsurface. Now we have about 2300 faces with one level subdivision, and it still looks just one singular plane. So what we will do, we'll add solidification to it with the solidify modifier. Here we have thickness and clamp, so make sure you have fill rim and only rim selected, so you have only the front side of the object visible and the back side is not, so because it usually just adds to the polygons and nothing more. And thickness I will do, let's say about this thick, and clamp it, offset it outwards, so we start removing the tiny little clippings that we had. Alright, so this is our low poly mini dress for the object. In the next tutorial, I know I promised last time I will do a next tutorial for the texturing, which I never did, but this time I'm gonna do it, and you will see in the coming days. So thank you, have a good day.